Back in 2014, I started this thing called LaCour Studio. It's basically a way of me studying people. So I would use the white background to separate people from their environment, and you kind of show like this realism. And it's like people that are unprepared. They're not prepared for a photo shoot. They're not prepping or anything. It's just plucking them out of reality and just putting them in their own space. But what I learned from this is when I would do these things, I would have these great conversations, and some of the stuff that would come up would be almost like helpful and life-changing in a sense. It would always kind of help me with my life, or like whatever situation I was going through at that time. They would say something that would just completely help me and change things. So that kind of was the start of the idea of like recording the conversations that happened during photo shoots. And then more recently, when I photographed Father Ryan, there were a lot of different things that we talked about that I thought were super interesting. You know, I included in the video, but the audio wasn't quite that great. And you'll see mid-shoot of this portrait story with Haley Rains that we, like mid-conversation, I set up my sound equipment and I'm like, hey, okay. And then, from there on out, you can hear what we talk about. And I think it's kind of an interesting, like a new little take on things. So let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. 'Cause you learn a lot more about me and about the subject as well. Yeah. Also, don't forget, if you're really enjoying what I'm doing on this channel, please consider being a Patreon, donating to my Patreon account. There's a link in the description. I got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm actually heading to Brazil this week. We're going to go to Rio de Janeiro, and I will be shooting a lot of jiu-jitsu, and I'll be with a crew of people from my jiu-jitsu school at JM Modern Jiu-Jitsu. And I will definitely be documenting some of our, most of our traveling, but I also want to photograph, kind of do what I did, which is one of my most popular videos right now, is the street portrait stuff. And so the idea is to do more of that in Brazil, but also drop into these jiu-jitsu gyms and record our thoughts and feelings and maybe learn some new moves. So we'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, like I said, enjoy, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Alright, we just picked up some coffee from PJ's Coffee. We're just gonna get some portraits of Haley today. And I got her a PJ's coffee with almond milk. I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Let's see what happens. Okay, here she is. I'm just gonna video.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
From PJ's.
Yeah, awesome. I love PJ's. Haven't been there in a minute, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're gonna just like walk around for a minute. Let's just do this real quick. I'm just gonna say a few things.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna do a few portraits. I got Haley Rains here. Met her through a coffee, well, somebody at a coffee shop told me about her channel, and her name was, I just found out, Sydney. I actually went to get the coffees that
Sydney. Oh, does she brown hair or blonde?
I think it's blondish brown.
Okay.
Blue eyes. I think she has a nose ring.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna, no, yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Sydney.
And
figure it
no, it
out.
was just so funny because she was the one who told me about you. Because I was like, man, I really want to find other vloggers here. And she was like, oh, do you know Haley Rains? And I was like, oh, who's that? And I got in my car and found your Instagram and sent you that message like right there.
Yeah.
And then literally on my way here, I was picking up you a coffee, almond milk. I get.
Thank
I know you
you.
like soy as well, but
That's so fun.
I went with almond milk because I like the almond milk.
That's the fair. I love it.
But I drive up to get those coffees, and she helps me in the window. And I was like, "You're not gonna believe I'm going to beat Haley right now."
Oh, she works there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go by. I'm gonna find
in
Sydney.
the
you know?
Tanger exit somewhere around there.
Okay, I'll note it in my head.
From here, you would take a left.
So you go.
Anyway, so the whole idea is what I was going to explain real quick is we're going to do like a portrait story and an interview is what I like to do. So I'm not sure what we're going to do first. I figured we'd look around. Because these people close very, very soon, we're gonna, not very, very soon, we got a little time, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do a portrait of you up here. And
okay, word.
I'll set the camera up and we'll just shoot you in what you are right now.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. First, we're gonna drink a little bit of coffee too.
True. I love your fit too. It's so beachy.
What?
Your fit. It's so beachy.
My fit? Is that what you call it?
Loose.
See, I'm not used to. See, this is what I'm talking about. I can learn from you. Is like these new terms for kids.
Oh, the lingo. You're picking it up. That's what you want to do. Okay.
I like that. No, I'm just kind of making that
yeah,
up.
like
But
and like a white one, white button up. That would look.
I have so many things I want to say to you, but just in general about about vlogging and put yourself out there
Thanks.
and all that stuff.
10 years, so you know.
Huh?
Took 10 years, so.
10 years?
Well, 10 years being been on YouTube, so.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Wow.
A long time.
I didn't realize it was that long.
I know, I didn't either. Like, it just hit me. Actually hit me like yesterday. I was like, I've been on here since 2009. I mean, it started off way different than what I am now, but still, like 2009. Crazy.
2009 she's been out there. So, real quick, X-T3 with the Zeiss again. Had a little problems with this last time when I was shooting Father Ryan, which I gotta tell you about. Did I tell you about that? Okay, so
No.
yeah, I just finished. I shot Father Ryan yesterday. I have no idea when you're gonna see this. The Zeiss lens, basically, I have an adapter on here, and I can't adjust the aperture, so I'm shooting at like f1. But I'm gonna accept the challenge, and we're just gonna go with it. She just has to accept that some of these are gonna be blurry.
All you. I'm just here for your little subject.
We'll start with some test shots.
Taking like a bunch of shots at once, or just taking like a few like really mindful shots, you know what I'm saying? See,
Mindful.
that's right.
Because, see, I knew this was gonna happen. So. What was your question?
Let me just like rephrase it.
I know, right?
About the mindfulness of taking pictures. And
Oh yeah.
if you'd rather take those than just capture like multiple shots at once.
Yes, I absolutely would rather take mindful shots because I think that's something you develop over time, especially for me. It was like coming up with in the film days.
Oh, right.
So you really kind of had to, especially if you shot like 4x5s. Like now we have unlimited shots.
Mm-hmm.
So if you only had 36 shots.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
there's like an average. There's a saying that like every 36 shots you take, you might get one good one.
Wow.
And that used to be, I mean, I don't know if that's just beginning like students,
Right.
but
still, when you think like film, like you can't just go off with film. You have to be very like.
yeah. Well, think about it this way. This is exactly what I want to talk about. You wouldn't be able to do your vlogging if we, you know, it's like that's why vlogging exists now and it didn't exist before.
Right.
It's because you can shoot so much.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like it's all like a new thing, and you jumping on top of it before too many people do, or it gets obsolete to where like it's just so saturated.
Yeah. Yeah. Mainstream.
So
I guess.
if I were to nerd out about this, it would be like, for me, I'm practicing what I call my 2-camera technique. and,
yeah.
and Miyamoto Musashi was a samurai.
Right.
So, and he
Wow.
was known for the 2-sword technique. And this was all because of the time he grew up in.
Yeah.
Nobody else used 2 swords before that because of the times, because it was right when gunpowder was being introduced.
Mm-hmm.
So less people, so armor didn't mean anything anymore. So you used to have like a heavy sword, because people had armor, you had to use 2 hands and hit people with it. And then the swords got lighter, people wore less armor because of gunpowder. And so he's like, and he fought multiple people, and there's like a famous match where he fights all these multiple people. So anyway.
Wow,
so,
we got a history nerd and a little filmer. We love it.
and in our time, you know, like in our time, like that's why the 2-camera technique can be used.
Pretty dope. I like it.
I'm having such a hard time.
Is it the lighting or something?
No, the lighting is actually great. Yeah, so I don't say 3.
I noticed.
Perfect. It looks pretty kind of dreamy.
Oh yeah, like all fairy dreaminess.
Yeah. It's just nice and close up, and
It is.
look how shallow, look how blurry that is.
Yeah, I know, like the focus and everything.
Basically nowadays, bokeh is everything. It just means blurry.
Wow, is that what I should say?
Have you ever heard of bokeh?
Oh,
Like
yes.
people talk about it all the time?
because it's an
Bokeh.
edit. It's like a bokeh edit.
Alright, so just yeah, stay like that.
More turning?
No, you were perfect.
Okay. No, it's good.
Good. Now fix your hair right there. Great. All right. Yeah. Why don't you just? I'll find another spot. You get the clips. All right. This is a nice second location. She's in her new outfit. Leaning forward.
Crazy fit here.
Ooh, this is great. Hold my breath.
You're really going for it.
I know, right? Hold on. This is great. 1, 2, 3.
Struggling, are you?
Oh, I love it. Put your hands back like you had them. You had them out. Yeah. Check it real quick.
Fan. by you too.
Yeah. Oh,
Personal
just
fan.
in case y'all haven't noticed, this is summertime in Louisiana.
Yeah, welcome. You can live vicariously through us.
Pretend to laugh like you just did, and you had your hand up, kind of. You did something.
Oh, probably itching a mosquito bite, but yeah.
One more time. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. Good. And just part the lips a little bit right there. 1, 2, 3.
Can I lean over this?
Yeah. Do whatever you want. I really love how you you have that upside down shot.
Oh, that upside down? Oh, I know. Well, you're talking about like in the pictures?
I think it's on your Instagram.
Yes.
Or actually your thumbnail. I think it's for your YouTube channel too. That it's like you upside down.
What's your zodiac sign? So I can understand things a little better.
I'm a Libra.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay, do you...
Hold that. Go ahead and grab it.
Oh yeah, I do. I like...